What's good? I'm Fitz, and this is my all-time 11 for Liverpool. Now, as a United fan, obviously, some Liverpool fans may disagree with me here. I may be closer to the mark than you'd expect, but at first, I'm gonna go in net with Allison. Could have gone with David James, but one too many mistakes live too long in the memory for David James to be the best goalkeeper. Allison for me, really strong, monumental to the success that Liverpool's had in recent years. Right back, another semi-recent player, obviously just left for Real Madrid, but Trent Trent at right back. I feel even Liverpool fans that are still upset with Trent for the way that he left and the fact that he was speaking Spanish so soon after he left. Uh, yeah, I think you've still got to agree he's the best right back Liverpool's ever seen. Left back, I'm gonna go with John Arne Risa. Um, there was, I suppose, this conversation for Andy Robertson, but I don't want this team being too heavy with current players. Um, I do try to keep it with players of the past. In centre back, I'm gonna go with Daniel Agger and Sami Hyypiä. Now I know there's a lot of Liverpool fans screaming VVD, but for me, Virgil van Dijk isn't top 50 centre backs of all time. To be fair, neither's Hyypiä or Agger, but this whole Van Dijk thing I've never really understood. And yeah, like I say, I can reel off 50 centre backs that I would choose over Van Dijk. So nah. Right mid, I'm gonna go with another controversial one. There's a lot of people screaming just one name there, but it's Steve McManaman for me. Like like I say, people overlook McManaman because he didn't spend as long at Liverpool as he probably should have. But again, Real Madrid come calling, you go. As you learned recently with Trent, as you learned in the past with Michael Owen, like when Real Madrid come calling, they're going. You know what I mean? And Steve McManaman was one of the signings in the original Galacticos. People have got to put some respect on that. Um, Left mid, I'm gonna go with John Barnes. Even though like he was in the later stages of his career in my childhood, I saw enough to know that John Barnes, absolute baller, and obviously everything that I've learned like growing up about John Barnes and about great players that was just slightly before my time. John Barnes is definitely the best left winger that Liverpool have ever had. Centre mid is fairly easy, probably pretty predictable. This one, gonna go Steven Gerrard and Javier Mascherano. Like I say, it's not like Liverpool have had like a wealth of players. This is a much easier squad to put together than an Arsenal, for example, or even a Chelsea. Liverpool kind of only had a few strong players that could really like they just dominate the team sheet when you go to put together an all-time 11 like this. So then we're left with the strikers. Now that is probably the most stacked position that Liverpool have got. Obviously, the likes of Michael Owen, Fernando Torres. There's a couple people that could have had an argument for this, but for me personally, I'm gonna go as much as I dislike him. Luis Suarez. Obviously, again, you've got to take into consideration the fact of what kind of player he was, where he went after Liverpool. And like I say, Torres, after Liverpool kind of died out at Chelsea, I do understand why. He never really wanted to leave Liverpool, but Luis Suarez showed how lethal he was and did it in one of the strongest front threes that football's ever seen, to be fair. So Luis Suarez is making the list for me. In the final place, final striker, I'm going to go with Robbie Fowler. Absolute baller. Feel like he doesn't get the respect that he's due. Um, One of many strikers of the 90s and early 2000s that should have had a lot more England caps than he did. Um, yeah, for me, Robbie Fowler, all day. It was close between Fowler and Torres, I won't lie. But Fowler is, yeah, it's, again, maybe nostalgia there, maybe a fact of kind of Torres tarnished himself in later years, but for me, I feel like that's a strong 11 for you there. I'll run through it one more time with it on the screen to assist. I'm going to go in net with Allison, right back, Trent, centre backs, Agger and Hippier, right back, right Risa. I'm going to go right mid with Steve McManaman, centre mid, Steven Gerrard and Javier Mascherano. Left mid, going to go with John Barnes, and up front, pairing Suarez and Robbie Fowler. Now, let me know what your opinions are. Let me know who should have been in the team, who shouldn't have been in the team. Let me know your favourite Liverpool player of all time. Let me know your all-time 11 Liverpool if I got it completely wrong. But yeah, let me know in the comments anyway. Like, subscribe, all that there. Catch you in the next one.